Welcome back to another installment of Retro Review, the series where my friends and I revisit every Zombies map from World at War to Black Ops Cold War, and judge them on how they hold up today. In this episode, we're visiting what I would consider the most highly regarded map in COD Zombies history, Origins. It's no secret that the Zombies community absolutely loves this map, but does it really deserve all the love that it gets? Previous to doing this video, I myself would say that I like the map, but I couldn't tell you that I loved it. I definitely recognize its flaws. However, hating this map and being vocal about it is pretty much guaranteed to get you executed by the community. So today, my goal is to figure out exactly why people start foaming at the mouth when they hear the word Origins. Origins was released on August 27th, 2013, being included with the final map pack for Black Ops 2, Apocalypse. That makes this map a whopping 12 years old already. Damn. The map was also remastered in the next Black Ops title as well, after only 4 years. That certainly tells you how well received this map was. We'll touch on that more later, but for now let's get into the theme and feeling the map was trying to capture. Origins takes place on June 4th, 1918, during World War I, located at a German 115 excavation site, somewhere in northern France. The dig site has been overrun by hordes of undead soldiers after ancient Templar zombies were unearthed from a buried temple. Outside, the weather conditions are far from pleasing. It's wet, it's cold, and man is it muddy. Because this is an alternate history of World War I, you'll see that there are giant robots towering over the map, stomping through, caring little about what they may step on. A huge dogfight is still ongoing in the sky, for the war is yet to be resolved. Nothing but the rubble of a pre-existing village can be seen within the battlefield, likely a result of the war. Beneath all the horror above, there's an ancient temple that was constructed for the heroes of the Great War, who resemble the player characters. Through gameplay, you'll eventually find yourself in the Crazy Place, which is a very strange looking area that's otherworldly in nature. Origins has truly one of the most unique themes for zombies to date, and the sheer scope of the map, with all the set pieces, really needs to be admired. This is the first point where I can see why the map gets all the love. This map actually follows a pretty standard two-path layout that you would expect in most zombies maps. That is, up until you get to this door here, which brings you to No Man's Land. From here, the way you unlock things is completely up to you. No Man's Land is comparable to an open world of sorts, just scaled way down to fit the style of a zombies map. You have some points of interest, each containing their own unique features, and you are free to work towards whatever you value the most. In the center of the map, you'll see the Mound, which is where you'll find Pack-a-Punch, as well as an ancient temple beneath. Throughout the map, the developers have ribboned muddy trails that players can choose to trudge through or ride a tank through. This adds a good amount of shortcuts that will take some getting used to, but are useful once you remember where to go. And then, as I mentioned, there's the Crazy Place, which is accessed from any of the tunnels around the map, and acts as a sort of fast travel hub that takes you to other tunnels. Once you finally get the hang of things, you'll find that the map flows pretty well, but I'll be honest, it's a bit of a nightmare when you have no idea where to go. There's just so much to remember. Newcomers will not feel welcome here. There is no power switch on this map. Instead, each area of the map has a dedicated 115 generator that powers the surrounding items once activated. To activate a generator, players must pay a small fee and stay near it as the circle indicator fills up. Electric Templar zombies will spawn in and try to stop you, but they aren't too hard to juke out. Once the circle is full, the generator will turn on and that specific area will have power. There are a total of 6 generators around the map, each with a sign that specifies which number it is, since that'll be important to know. This, to me, is the map's first flaw. It's an incredibly complicated way to turn on power, which used to be as simple as flipping a switch. Nowadays, power is already on once you spawn in. For better or worse, that's entirely up to you, but there's little enjoyment to be had powering up generators, and the fact you have to pay is even worse. Though you do get your money back if you complete it on your first try. And then some, so I guess it's not all bad. The giant robots aren't just there to look cool, they actually introduce a few gameplay mechanics into the map. First off, they act as a hazard to the players, and will stomp on you if you are careless and not paying attention. It's hard to accidentally get stomped on though, as the areas where it can happen will have lights that flash red, signifying that's probably time to leave the area. More realistically though, this will kill you just by blocking your path rather than squishing you like a bug. The robots can be seen far off in the distance too, so you have plenty of time to notice them coming. The second feature of these robots is that you can actually get inside of them by shooting the door on their foot before they crush you. The lights around the door have to be on though. If you don't see any lights, do not try it. It will not end well. Once inside the robot, you're free to chill and just enjoy the moment of peace. It will only last about 30 seconds before you get booted out though, dropping you off where you came from. No fall damage is insane, but the game never claimed to be realistic. Bonus fact, The robots are each named after the Norse gods Thor, Odin, and Freya. Around the map, players can find and pick up a shovel to put into their inventory. You can always find two in spawn, and the others will be found either in the church, wind tunnel, or lightning tunnel. Once you have a shovel, you can dig up all these spots around the outside portions of the map. These piles can give you good things like weapons, or bad things like live grenades. Dig sites honestly aren't too useful outside of getting quest items. That is until you get the golden shovel. The golden shovel is acquired by digging a total of 30 times. It will take a while, but it's worth it because the weapon selection for digging will be better. The main reason you want to upgrade it though is for the golden helmet, which can be randomly obtained while using the golden shovel. This is the first wearable item introduced into zombies, and it grants the player immunity from the robot stomp, ensuring that you'll never die from it again. Origins introduced 3 new power-ups to play around with. The first of them is Zombie Blood, which resembles a blood pack. It only affects the player that picks it up, and makes them invisible to zombies for 30 seconds. It changes your character to look more like this, disgusting looking zombie person. It's good for clutch revives. Then there's Blood Money, which is very similar to bonus points, but it is a little different. It can be obtained through dig spots, and it gives a player who picked it up a randomly decided amount of points, ranging from 25 to 500. Apparently killing zombies next to the power-up will charge it up and give you a better chance of gaining a higher amount. I never knew that. Wow, learned something new I guess. Lastly, there's the Empty Perk Bottle. This one is also obtained through digging, but there's a catch. You must be in Zombie Blood, and while it's active, you have to find a red dig spot and dig it up. You should be rewarded with the power-up, which gives a player who picks it up a bonus perk slot, allowing them to buy more perks than the normal 4 that's allowed. This can be repeated until they reach 8 total perk slots. Going down will not remove the gained perk slot. Inside spawn, as well as outside the church by generator 6, there are these mysterious looking chests with some badges on them. These are the Rituals of the Ancients, which is just a fancy way of saying challenges. This is the first challenge system to be introduced into zombies. Each player has 3 personal challenges to work towards, and they will be the same every single game. The top one asks the player to spend 30,000 total points, which will reward them with a free double tap once accomplished. The middle one asks for 115 normal zombie headshots. This will reward the player with a free Pack-a-Punch assault rifle. The third one asks for the player to capture all 6 115 generators. Once that's done, you can claim this challenge for a free max ammo. Also, upon completion of the first generator, a zombie blood will spawn in and be available for any player to grab. At the bottom of the ritual board, there's another larger badge that's used for a quest I'll talk about later. There is a buildable shield on this map, and you can find 2 of its parts in either path leaving spawn, one near the fire tunnel and one by generator 2. The last part is picked up near generator 4, or in any of the robot footprints surrounding the excavation site. Once crafted, the shield will be placed on the player's back and it can absorb up to 15 attacks while equipped. Alternatively, the player may pull the shield out and bash creatures with it, sending them flying. After round 20, it will take multiple hits to do so. The shield may also be planted on the ground and it will distract zombies by making them hit it until it breaks, giving you a chance to escape some danger. This mechanic was dropped early on in the series. In spawn, you'll find Maxis' brain in a jar. This is a part of the Maxis Drone, which is one of the buildables in this map. The other 2 parts can be found by the church and the excavation site. Once built, a player may pick it up and toss it out as they please. When the drone is flying around, it will shoot zombies, collect power-ups, and revive downed players. After 90 seconds, the drone will head back to its workbench to recharge, and the player will have to pick it up again when it's done. This is a unique part of the map for sure, but ultimately it's not that exciting. The fact you have to run back to pick it up is kinda lame. In the excavation site, you'll find a Gramophone. This is used to open up secret areas of the map, namely the temple and the crazy place. To open the temple, you'll also need to find the black record disc, which is found somewhere around the excavation site. Once acquired, just place the Gramophone on the table next to where you picked it up and music will start playing. A set of stairs will then open up, allowing access to the temple beneath. There are 4 more discs that can be found as well, and they are used to open portals inside of the tunnels around the map that lead into the crazy place. The blue one, which is for the ice tunnel, is found at the tank station. The red one, for the fire tunnel, is found at the church. The purple one, for lightning, is found near generator 4, and the yellow one, for wind, is found near generator 5. Once you have the respective disc for the tunnel you want to travel from, simply place the Gramophone on the... damn it. Run back to where you last placed the Gramophone to pick it back up. Then place it on the table next to the portal you wish to open. A song will play and the portal will start to reconstruct. This will take a few seconds, so watch your back. You now have access to the crazy place. There is a rideable tank that players can purchase for 500 points. It can first be found underneath the church. Once activated, the tank will carry the player all the way to the tank station at Generator 2. As it's driving, any zombies in front of it will simply die. However, zombies will chase you and also jump onto the tank as well, so be wary. Once the tank stops, it will have to recharge for a while before it can be purchased again. It honestly isn't all that useful, but it adds a little spice to the map. There aren't many special enemies in Origins at all, but the few that are present are absolute menaces. The first ones you'll come across are the Templar zombies I mentioned earlier. The ones that spawn in the tunnels in the temple are essentially the same as normal zombies, with the exception of their ancient clothing. But the Templar zombies that attack you when powering generators, or while inside the crazy place, have a much more threatening and electrifying appearance to them. Still, they function the same as any other zombie. However, every couple of rounds, a small horde of these electric zombies will spawn in and start breaking down a generator. If you don't stop them right away, they will travel around the map and bring down every generator that they can. Upon killing the horde, you are rewarded a max ammo. This, to me, is also a massive flaw of the map. The power system is already overcomplicated as it is, and now you're just going to make it so the generators can turn off? Oh nah! For why? Do people think this is fun? The map is huge, and there's so much to do already, so why would I want to run across a map to take care of another problem? So stupid. The other special zombie is the infamous Panzer Soldat. These guys are terrifying and are probably the most threatening enemy in the entire series. They start spawning in round 8, and their presence is indicated by their hair-raising alarm that goes off before they make their way to you. Then, once they do find you, they will chase you down, trying to grapple you with their rocket-propelled claw, and burn you alive with their flamethrower. They are so extra, and honestly, I'm here for it. They add a good challenge, don't appear too often, fit the theme well, and are genuinely scary to go against. They have quite a bit of health, and their weak spot is their head. You get some visual feedback that you're doing damage when the armor plating breaks off, revealing their face. These guys elevate the map for me, but they also put an uncomfortable pressure on new players that are just trying to learn the map. Let's talk about the perks available in the map. The selection isn't too exciting, so I'll run through them pretty quickly. We have Quick Revive at Generator 1, Speed Cola at Generator 3, Juggernog at Generator 4, Stamina Up at Generator 5, and Mule Kick in the Excavation Site. The omission of a double tap machine, to me, is one of this map's greatest flaws. I still can't wrap my head around why they would remove it, but it is what it is. Luckily, it's still obtainable through the rituals, or the brand new Der Wonder Fizz machine. What's the Wonder Fizz? I'm probably not hearing you ask. Well, my friend, it's essentially the mystery box, but for perks. Origins is the first map to introduce it, and it's been a staple of zombies ever since, to some capacity. You'll still find it today in Black Ops 6, just with a different design and function. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The location of the Wonder Fizz is marked by these lightning strikes coming down from the sky, similar to the mystery box light. For a modest price of 1,500 points, it's hard to argue with the random nature of the machine. After all, you don't have to drink whatever it gives you. The other returning perks that players can acquire from Der Wonder Fizz includes Deadshot Daiquiri, Electric Cherry, and most notably, the return of the fan-favorite PhD Flopper. The Pack-a-Punch quest isn't anything complicated, but it can take some time depending on how you wish to spend your points. All you have to do is power up all 6 generators, and the PAP machine on top of the mound will reassemble and be available to use. If any generators get turned off, the machine will break apart again. Fix any down generators to bring it back up. I don't hate this quest, but I don't love it either. It's just another process that makes the map harder to learn. What I do love though is the machine's new design, and the camo it applies to all weapons. One of my favorite pack skins for sure. Origins is one of the few maps that have a set of unique weapons. This is a quality I wish more maps would lead into, because I definitely appreciate it. For starters, there's the Mauser C96. You'll notice this gun immediately, since you spawn in with it. This is probably my favorite starting pistol because it's just so satisfying to use and quite worth pack-a-punching as well. The MG0815 also makes its first and only appearance in Origins. It is a pretty good LMG that looks like the MG15, but it is almost identical to the LSAT stat-wise, with the only difference being its reload speed. While not a unique weapon, the Ballista Sniper with iron sights can only be obtained on Origins. For some reason, it replaces the Olympia as the second wall weapon in Spawn. The M14 gang stay thriving. Another weapon introduced into zombies in Origins was the Scar H Assault Rifle. It's definitely one of the better weapons available from the box. The Scorpion Evo and KSG are also new. Other returning weapons from World at War include the MP40 submachine gun, STG-44 assault rifle, and the M1927 submachine gun. All these fit the setting of the map, so I can understand why they returned. From the box, all the returning wonder weapons that players are able to acquire are the Ray Gun Mark II, and the Cymbal Monkeys. But the meat and potatoes of Origins comes from the new G-Strikes, 1-inch Punch, and the Elemental Staves, which is the zombie mode's first time experimenting with having 4 different elemental weapons. These cannot be obtained for the box, however, but instead must be built through little quests that the player must complete. The G-Strikes are a better version of the Monkey Bombs, and they are quite useful because of it. The area you toss them will be bombarded with Riese missiles, and all zombies on the map will run towards the area to meet their explosive end. To acquire the G-Strikes, any player that wants them must complete the following quest. First, grab a dirty stone tablet from this table in the tank station. Then, set the tablet in this bowl of holy water in the church and clean it by getting 20 melee kills. Next, grab the stone and bring it back to the table you grabbed it from, making sure not to touch any mud areas on your way there. Finally, get another 20 melee kills and the G-Strike will spawn before you. If you happen to lose the G-Strike beacons, you may retrieve them again by spinning the mystery box. The 1-inch Punch is a melee attack that replaces your knife, making you feel like a kung fu master. I don't really understand its inclusion in this map, but hey, we'll take it. It has a much better range than the knife and it will one-shot zombies until round 19. In other words, it's probably worth your time. In order to acquire this attack, players must fill 4 soul chests around the map by killing 30 zombies at each one of them. They are found around No Man's Land inside robot footprints. The catch is, however, that the chest will close when stepped on, and you'll have to restart. It's better to do this after getting set up, but it's possible to do it in the early game if you're lucky. After all chests are filled, head to one of the ritual chests and hold interact on the large bottom badge I mentioned earlier. You now have the 1-inch Punch. The Staff of Ice parts are acquired by digging with the shovel on rounds where it is snowing. No other rounds will grant you these parts. You could find a part on the way to No Man's Land, one somewhere inside No Man's Land, and one by the church. Then, head to the ice tunnel by the church and use the Gramophone to open up the blue portal to the crazy place. Pick up the ice stone on the pedestal inside and go back through the portal. Travel down to the ancient temple and you'll find these crafting areas in front of each statue. Build the staff, the blue one, and you'll be able to wield it. The Staff of Ice acts much like the Winter's Howl from Black Ops, in that it slows zombies and freezes them in place. Eventually, after enough damage, they will shatter and die. I find this to be a little dangerous in close quarters though, since the effect isn't instant and they can still hit you beforehand. The Fire Staff parts are found mostly through general gameplay. One of the easier ones to build for sure. The first part can be found by shooting this glowing plane out of the sky after getting to No Man's Land. The second is found by killing your first Panzer Soldat. And the final one comes out of this ritual chest after powering Generator 6. Now, head back to the fire tunnel found just outside of spawn. Go through the portal, grab the crystal, and craft it at the red pedestal. You may only hold one staff at a time, but you can freely switch between them. The Staff of Fire is kinda poopy in my opinion, but it's decent. It just takes some getting used to since the fireballs it shoots out don't all go straight forward. The Wind Staff parts are all found up inside the heads of the robots. Simply enter each one and grab the part. Then, take the portal in the wind tunnel by Generator 4 and grab the stone. Build the staff at the yellow pedestal and enjoy your honorary Thunder Gun. This is probably my favorite staff. It's pretty reliable for hordes, but not great against the panzers though. Finally, there's the Staff of Lightning. This one is the most annoying to build, but it's one of the better ones. To get the parts, players will have to ride the tank in order to reach the specific spots the parts are hiding. The first spot can be reached by jumping to this platform past Generator 4, and it will take you above the fire tunnel. The collision box of the tank is a little weird, so you'll likely fall a few times. It's frustrating. The next part is reached at this platform leading into the excavation site, and the last one is up on this ledge right before entering the church. Head to the lightning tunnel at Generator 5, grab the lightning crystal, and build the staff at the purple pedestal. This staff acts like a less powerful Wonder Waff, chaining to only a few zombies instead. I would say it's my second favorite overall, but because the tank is so annoying, I end up just sticking with the wind staff. Every staff has an additional upgrade quest that can be completed to add bonus attack options to them. They also transform a little bit, making them look more threatening and badass. Each staff gains the ability to melee zombies, being a one-hit kill until round 16. They also gain this Sekhmet's Vigor? Sekhmet's Vigor. which is a ranged option to revive allies. All in all, these quests aren't too hard to complete, and are well worth your time. When upgraded, the Staff of Ice turns into Uld's Arrow. This makes the Ice Blast attack do more damage and cover a greater area. A new charge attack is also made available, which unleashes a small blizzard that attracts nearby zombies, freezing and killing them. To acquire Uld's Arrow, here's what must be done. First, solve the riddle in the Crazy Place. You're going to want this chart handy. Look at the symbols on the wall, and shoot the corresponding symbols in the displayed order above the portal with the staff. If that is done correctly, head back to the main map and shoot these 3 gravestones with the ice staff, and then a bullet weapon. You'll find them at the footprint by Generator 4, below the excavation site on the side facing Generator 4, and by the fallen Riese outside of the tank station. Now head down to the temple and fiddle with these levers until all rings are showing the color blue. Head down below the rings and shoot the blue orb with the staff to send it flying through the rings and into the sky. Finally, place the staff in the Crazy Place where you grab the stone for it and charge it up with 20 zombie souls. Once completed, you have successfully upgraded the staff and may pick it back up. The Staff of Fire can be upgraded to Kagutsuchi's Bite. This gives the basic attack a larger blast radius, and zombies hit at point blank with it will be instantly vaporized. The charge attack covers the walls and floors with fire that will explode after a few seconds. To get the upgrade, first head to the Crazy Place and kill about 30 zombies on the metal grates by the red portal. These zombies will explode into black smoke and fill up the 4 cauldrons by the grate. Once completed, head to the church and look at this wall upstairs. Use this chart to determine what numbers the symbols on the wall correspond with. One will be a blood stain instead of a number. Now, head downstairs and light the torches that match the numbers you determined. If done correctly, you will hear an audio cue and a beam of light will shoot out from the mound. Head to the temple, set the rings to red, shoot the ball, charge the staff, and done. The wind staff can be upgraded into Borea's Fury. It makes the basic attack deadlier and larger, and gives the staff a cool charge attack that creates a little tornado that pulls in zombies and kills them. To get the upgrade, shoot these rings above the yellow portal in the Crazy Place until the pattern matches the one on this chart. The real way to do it seems incredibly complicated, and the true order is always going to be the same anyways, so just memorize this order and you'll be fine. Now, there will be 3 smoking ball statues hanging out around generators 4 and 5, as well as outside the church. Shoot all the smoke in the direction of the mound, and you should get the cue that you did it right. Head to the temple, set the rings to yellow, shoot the ball, charge the staff, and enjoy the upgrade. The lightning staff is upgraded to Kimat's Bite. It makes the basic attack do more damage and chain to more zombies. The charge attack releases a ball of electricity that slowly moves in a straight line, shocking zombies that get close to it. To get the upgrade, solve the riddle in the Crazy Place by shooting the triangles in the order displayed on this chart. 136, 357, 246. You can memorize this because the numbers never change. Now, head back to the main map and find 8 electrical panels. Make sure the dials are pointing in the correct direction for the puzzle. Generator 5 pointing down. Downstairs church pointing right. Upstairs church pointing up. Wind tunnel entrance pointing up. Generator 1 pointing left. Tank station pointing down. Outside the excavation site facing the church pointing up. Once completed, set the rings to purple, shoot the orb, charge the staff, and that's all staffs upgraded. Holy crap, there's more to this map? Okay, I'm locked in. A free upgraded MG08 may be acquired by completing a somewhat simple quest with the Maxis Drone. All you have to do is find 4 golden discs around the map and deploy the drone to have it pick them up. You'll find one in the roof at Generator 5, in this debris at the trenches going to Generator 2, in the broken roof of the church, and in the scaffolding above the excavation site, closest to the church. Once all discs are collected, the Maxis Drone will drop the weapon right in front of Pack-a-Punch for anyone to grab. To get a free zombie blood, useful for the main quest of this map, simply find all 3 burning wagons around No Man's Land and extinguish them with the ice staff. The power-up will spawn by Pack-a-Punch. This quest may be done every round, except for rounds where it's raining. There are a few secret songs to discover when playing Origins. The first one can be activated by finding 3 green 115 rocks around the map. One in spawn by the Rituals of the Ancients, one under a bed in the top floor of the workshop, and one on the scaffolding surrounding the excavation site. Archangel by Alan Sigmund, Maluka, and Clark S. Novo will start playing.
In the skies, run
Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold, the song used in the intro cutscene, can also be played by finding 3 radios around the map. One can be found in the scaffolding surrounding the excavation site, one in the Riese named Freya, and one by the fire portal in the Crazy Place.
Let's take a moment and break the ice, so my intentions are known. See, I have pity in watching you suffer. I know the feeling of being damned alone.
Yet another song can be played by going prone and holding activate on both number plates at generator 1 as well as generator 5. The generators must be powered on. Ether by Brian Toohey will start playing. And that does it for all the features Origins has to offer. I will admit, it is quite a jam-packed experience, and I can definitely see why some may find this map overwhelming and too complicated. I mean, having to bust out charts to complete some basic gameplay elements will never be intuitive in the slightest. Keep that stuff for the main quest only. Speaking of main quests, here we have Little Lost Girl. It's a lengthy and challenging quest that really tests your knowledge of the map. It basically requires you to do everything on the map, and in a timely fashion. Keeping the rounds low is key here, because some of the later steps can get really tough if you are ill-equipped. I'm doing something different with this entry of the series, and uploading the quest attempt separately from this video, to keep the runtime down. Depending on how it works out, I may just do this moving forward. If you want to see how well we did, check out this video now. Spoiler, it was pretty awful. But we got it done. Anyways, here's the story of Origins. In an alternate universe called Dimension 63, the Apothicons attacked the Earth during the late 1200s, sending large meteors of 115 to the planet in the process. This was a long battle known as the Great War, and it went on for years until 4 heroes showed up and put an end to it, using the power of 4 mystical staffs. Pablo Marinus, a knight who witnessed the war and the great things the heroes have done, recounted the events inside of his personal journal. 6 months after the war, a temple was constructed to honor the heroes that saved humanity, with large statues sculpted to represent each one of them. Hundreds of years later, during the First World War, Pablo's journal was found by Group 935, which is a scientific research branch of Germany. Upon reading the journal, Ludwig Maxis and Edward Richthofen learned about the deposits of 115 located somewhere in northern France, and they quickly started digging for them. Eventually, the ancient temple from the Great War was unearthed, but they couldn't find a way inside until a soldier decided to turn on some music. A song called La Source Noire had prompted a secret stairway to open, granting access to the temple. Inside, Group 935 finally got their hands on element 115, which Maxis would then call Divinium. During the following months, Richthofen and Maxis would use the 115 to create replicas of the staffs mentioned in Pablo's journal. They would also create the 115 generators, discover a realm called the Crazy Place, and build the giant Riese Robots. All this use of element 115 was causing rifts to Dimension 63 to open, allowing Samantha Maxis to talk to this universe's version of her father. Samantha, who was imprisoned in Agartha by her evil father after the events of Buried, told this new Maxis that she's his daughter, and that she needs help getting free. This confused Maxis, since he never had a daughter, but her voice eventually consumed him anyways, driving him to become distracted from work with Group 935. This caused tensions to rise between Richthofen and Maxis, eventually making him leave the group altogether. However, due to constant exposure to 115, Maxis was rendered catatonic shortly after. Now, on June 4th, 1918, the war has made its way to the excavation site. All the 115 exposure has caused the entire site to be overrun by undead soldiers, both ancient and new. Tank Dempsey, Takeo Masaki, and Nikolai Belinsky have all been given orders from their respective nations to investigate what Group 935 has been up to at the dig site, and they now find themselves fighting off the undead there as well. Eventually, they all coincidentally bump into each other at the same place at the same time. There, they also find Richthofen, who was removing Maxis' brain so he can preserve it before he turns into a zombie. It is here that the Primus crew is united. Samantha reveals herself to Primus and asks them for help escaping Agartha. Richthofen is hesitant to follow her demands, but they eventually decide it's in their best interest. Primus gives Maxis a new life by putting his brain in a drone. They build the elemental staffs and use them to create a gateway to Agartha inside the crazy place. Primus then sends the Maxis drone through the gateway to be united with his daughter. Upon arrival, Dr. Monty gives drone Maxis a new body, wipes the evil Maxis from existence, and brings Samantha to the house with her new father. The house is a place in Agartha that's free from all evil and corruption of the ether. Afterwards, Samantha sends Primus back home where they go their separate ways, but it's certain they'll meet again. The story continues in Shadows of Evil. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Origins actually received a remake on Black Ops 3 just a few years after it first came out. In my opinion, this map just feels a lot better on Black Ops 3. I still hold the opinion that the map should have been held for Black Ops 3 from the beginning. Imagine this was a launch title alongside Shadows as a bonus. That probably would have been too much to ask for, but the hype would have been insane. Anyways, here's the main differences. All weapons have been changed into the Black Ops 3 arsenal, save for a few. The claymores were replaced with trip mines. PhD was changed into Widow's Wine, and Gobblegum was added to the map. The shield can no longer be placed on the ground. Everything else remains pretty much the same, but it just feels better on the new engine without losing its identity.
Yeah. Who wants to talk about this map first? We can start with Ben.
I think Ben should, yeah.
He liked it the most, so we'll start
Oh,
with...
but that means you guys are just gonna dogpile the fuck out of me when I stop talking.
I mean,
All right, so Origins for me, I wavered for a second, but then I found my way. Origins is still an S tier map. It has to be. If it
Not
isn't,
Black Ops 2.
nothing else is. All right, look, it has the core mechanics in the same way. It doesn't strip anything away just for purposes of being fucking annoying, right?
Yeah, you can play that map without... You can ignore the staffs completely and I think have a decent time. I do agree.
Yeah, and even if you didn't play with the staffs, just like the whole concept of like having the generator need to be on for the perk at that location, that's a unique way to make power run. I will say, the fucking Templars attacking the different generators,
They did not cook with that.
They did not cook with that. I very strongly dislike that.
See, because here's the thing. If you're going to make power, just something as simple as like, because it used to be, flip a switch, done. If you're going to make it extra complicated, don't
throw in
add
another
that
fucking layer of it.
Yeah.
it also costs money for each generator as well.
Well, you get the money back as soon as it's completed, though.
Oh yeah,
That
you're
is
right, you're
down
right.
payment, bro.
Fair enough. I forgot about that.
So
But
it's
at that
it's
point,
fair to
why?
get free, but
That just defeats the purpose of paying the points to begin with.
well,
It's
no,
just-
because
No,
it
it's in case
requires
you
you to
fail, bro.
have
It's
some points
collateral.
to begin with.
It's
Yeah.
collateral.
Seth actually cooking with some knowledge right now.
I don't know. To me, it just feels
Go
like
ahead.
a way to slow players down.
I think Origins does a really good job of balancing like unique game mechanics without just like making it annoying and overcomplicated. They can put in new shit and have it be interesting and bad. That's my biggest thing. Is it manages to be both badass and like technically and functionally interesting and cool. Kirk, there's boobs on your screen, and that's really
Yeah,
throwing
yeah,
me for a loop right
yeah.
now.
My apologize.
What do you not have an ad blocker, bro? It is 2025.
But it like the thing is like everything that I disliked about Shang, they improved upon and did well in Origins. I feel like Origins has the mud, yes, and it has the robots, yes, which can be like annoying, and they serve us like added difficulty, but not in the shitty way of just like throwing shit at you to make it annoying. Like the robots completely avoidable, serve a cool purpose in like being how you get the staff pieces, and the fact that you can go up inside them in the first place, incredible.
I love the robots so much.
And then the mud as well, but like both of these, it's literally a skill check because you can avoid both things like 95% of the time.
I agree. I mean, unless you're like running through the tank path, which there really is no reason to do that anyways.
Yeah, it can be like a little bit of a time saver, but even still, it's like it does the added difficulty thing without just being annoying and shitty about it, and I
You
can
don't
appreciate
have to
that.
do it. It's not. It's like a. With Shang, it's the mudroom is there, and if you want to get to whatever's past it, you have to go through the maze or through the mud. But with Origins, yeah, most places that are if they're worth going to, they will have like the whatever to avoid the mud.
I think just aesthetically, it's great. It's a beautiful map. I think it does a similar thing to Gorod, how like it can start to look kind of the same, or well, not start to. I would say at first glance it kind of looks the same, but you spend enough time in it and you figure out where you're at and what's what, and it looks so good. The robots look great. The fucking electrical things on the generators up in the sky, or even at the center where Pack-a-Punch is. I love like the reward system, how like you can get your free little perk, you can get a free Pack-a-Punch gun, you can get your zombie blood, and it's not just obscenely difficult or stupid. It like
You'll get them just playing.
yeah, you'll
That's
get them
why
just
now you
playing, and
think
it
of-
serves as like a little boost, which is cool.
They're not ultra specific at all, which I
Uh-huh.
question.
My only real complaint would be like the Templar zombies, and I mean I don't have, I guess like it's annoying having to wait for snow for the ice staff, like that's kind of stupid. But
Yeah.
like it makes sense. It makes it so that you can't just like open everything up round 4 and then set up and then coast for the rest of the game. There's like, I mean, like obviously we know what we're doing, and there were still multiple runs where we were like fucking dying on round 9, and we were like actually locked in and trying. You know, I think that says something. So like it's just like if I can play a map and love it and it looks great, and I don't really have any serious drawbacks of note, that's S tier. What else are you gonna call it?
Fair enough.
Valid.
I mean, can't judge a man on his opinion unless it's like a an illegal opinion.
Hey,
that-
that's just my opinion.
Totally wrong
Cancel me
opinion.
all you want. That's just my opinion.
It's not morally wrong to love Origins, like at all.
In fact, it's correct. I like war.
It's just it is an impressive map through and through. I don't think anyone will argue that it's not a marvel, at least to some extent. Like
Why else would they
Whether-
bring back like the fucking ice staff? Even if it's just a shitty throw-in in the tomb.
whether or not you enjoy the map, I don't think anyone can say that it didn't do anything to change the series as a whole. Like it's a monumental map. I really, if anyone says otherwise, I think they're just stupid.
I can't
Regardless,
like.
yeah.
Last thing I'll say before I let everyone else say their piece is that like it says something that the only map that's still being played by like a serious amount of people on Black Ops 2 is Origins. People are booting that game up to play Origins and nothing else.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
with
Mob.
the option of playing in Black Ops 3. Well, yeah, Mob 2. Honestly, Black Ops 2 kind of cooked with maps because Buried still has a good couple people that still booted up to
Oh,
play Buried.
Buried.
And that, my friends,
And
is
Transit,
why
guys.
they remastered it in the very next game. That I
And
will
eventually
say
it's better.
about Origins is that it really feels like it should have been built for Black Ops 3 to begin with. Like that, we got Shadows of Evil on launch for Black Ops 3, but Origins feels like that would have been like the more appropriate map. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you guys? Like, it started
I
that
think
whole storyline, but at
they-
the end of the last game, it was so weird.
They got to be able to go back and do it the way that they wanted, I guess, though.
Mhm.
Especially like visually, because there was a pretty decent step up from Black Ops 2 to Black Ops 3 in terms of visual.
Oh, absolutely.
Engine as
And
well. I think that made a big
Yeah.
difference too.
And I'll see like footage of Black Ops 2 Origins and Black Ops 3 Origins, and they honestly don't even look that different, surprisingly. Black Ops 2 Origins holds up incredibly well graphically, I think. I don't know what it is about that map more than the other ones in Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 2 Origins is just absolutely beautiful. It almost feels next gen, even though it's not.
The only like serious graphical change is just like they the saturation is up a little bit in Black Ops 3. There's a little more color to it.
Which I personally I enjoy. I
Mhm.
think it does absolutely look a lot better. Well, not a lot better, but pretty good on Black Ops 3. So Ben remains an Origins fanboy. I mean, I wouldn't expect that to change
Honestly,
I wouldn't be up till 4 in the morning for any other map, dude. I'll tell you that right now.
That-
Maybe
you know-
I would for transit.
I would too.
you're dreaming, brother.
Who wants to go next?
Tyler.
Hmm. Okay.
Tyler.
I really want to hear his opinion on this.
Hmm.
Book volumes already.
Okay.
Where would I put it in this list?
Where do I begin?
He had it below Shangri-La. Good lord.
You know what, Ben? Shit. Honestly, I think it's my least favorite map we played so far.
Damn, what?
Oh, Gorod. I'm sorry, Ben.
Oh my god. You're not just wrong, you're
We
stupid.
Well,
How many?
And
I
now,
think-
Kirk,
how many
your
times
video's
we
gonna
play
get a
this
lot
map?
of likes.
We played this map
Rage
like
bait.
six times. I didn't have fun a single time. I don't think. I can't remember one time that I thoroughly enjoyed the entire playthrough.
He
of
was
Alien
holding a
Origins.
claymore the whole time.
so I think the next question for me is what is holding it back from as low as D tier for you? Is it just the pure scope of it all, or like
I think I don't know. I guess we haven't. What do I have? What did I have in D tier?
Dead
I had
Ops.
Noct,
Yeah, the
Shino,
fucking
Numa,
dead
and
ops.
Varuk. There is nothing going on in those maps, right? I feel like B is like super average, and C is just a step below that, right? And then D is just not very good, I guess, is what I would think.
At least not compared to what we have now, comparatively.
so? What it's more so like there's going to be less boring or more boring maps than Origins yet.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
like
yeah, I
you're
mean,
not.
This is only map 5, right? We got a
Right.
long ways to go here.
Mhm.
This is just I like it less than Go Ride. That's all it really comes down to as of right now. I like the I like the Pack-a-Punch skin. I like
Yeah.
the staffs are okay. The wind staff was pretty good. Lightning staff was kind of awful. The fire
Here across the
staff
map.
was also kind of awful. I didn't use the ice staff at all, but
Ice staff
seemed-
gold.
it seemed pretty good from what Ben was using. I don't really like. You guys were saying that this map looks beautiful, but I do not see it. I do not like the look at all of this map. To me, it looks very ugly. It's all gray and mushy. That's all I see.
Yeah, well, what I meant by I explained it in kind of what I meant by that in that no damage video is like it's horrifically beautiful. Like it's not beautiful in a pretty way. It's beautiful in like a this is just wow. This is impressive. This is truly
Oh, I see what
a
you're
spectacle type deal. Like
not
this is
not
yeah. It's not
aesthetics-wise.
literally beautiful. It's
I see. Okay, I got you.
well, it is beautiful aesthetics wise, but it's the aesthetic that
Well-
they tried to nail and they nailed it type deal is what I'm trying to say.
I see. Okay. So you think
Like, I think-
they just
ain't beautiful, Buster.
hit the ball out of the park in terms of what they were going for?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep, that's exactly what I mean. It's like
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, no, I
there's
agree with that.
there's blimps, there's planes flying all around, gunfire everywhere. I mean, the giant robots stepping around. The tank you can drive, the crumbling church.
tank. That's
You're
another
not even
thing I
driving
like.
it, you're riding it. You're riding
like
it.
the
You're
tank.
not driving it.
I don't
Just
like
saying.
how the zombies can climb up behind you. Though.
The
was
tank is
annoying.
just useless. The tank is so useless to me outside of the
It's kind
staff
of cool
parts.
though. It's cool.
It
I
is
liked
cool.
That's
Transit
yeah.
bus better.
Yeah.
Transit bus better.
The transit wouldn't. It doesn't function without the bus.
Whatever. Cry.
I will
You-
say
it could function without
there's
you walk.
probably some bias here from the last time we played it. I did not have a good time at all, so there's probably like some negative bias there. And I'll give you that. And honestly, by the next video, it might move. We'll see what happens. But oh my god, I cannot think of anything that I thoroughly enjoyed. I just can't. Oh, the 1-inch punch is pretty cool. That was kind of fun. Damn, I am scraping at things I like. I enjoy about this map. I really am trying. The robots are pretty cool. I agree that you can easily avoid them, but there was like 3 or 4 times on our last run where I was trying to go somewhere and I just had to stop and wait. I had to
Hate
wait
how
for the
long
fucking
it takes
thing
them to
to
pick their
leave.
damn ass
I-
feet up, dude.
I was telling Seth earlier, I feel the same way I feel about the Dragonfire and Groudcroak is the same way I feel about like the stepping. It's like this. It's the same exact kind of concept to me.
yeah.
Is like, okay, now I just gotta wait. Except in this case, you don't have a shield that
Yeah,
you can run
there's
through the
no
robot
way,
foot with.
You literally have to wait.
got a
can't
golden
just pull
helmet.
something out and run. Oh,
I think
yeah.
it can make for some very like fun moments. Like getting
Oh,
chased
yeah.
by a, but that novelty kind of wears off for me. Like getting like the first couple times you get chased by a Panzer and all of a sudden you're cut off by a giant robot foot. Like, oh, that's exciting. Like, oh, that's so cool. But then you keep playing it and it keeps happening and it's just like, okay, this is just getting.
Mhm.
It's too much. They come, and the thing is,
I think
if they
it's
came any less
Fucking skill
often,
check, dude.
Dude, no,
Well,
it
yes,
went from
chalk it
endearing
up
to
as a
annoying pretty fucking quick, alright?
and I agree. It's not hard to avoid them at all. I don't know how you didn't see the blinking lights, Tyler, but they are.
They are
No,
red
on that
blinking
one
lights.
spot, I stood there and I waited. The second before he landed, there was no blinking lights. That one spot where the wind tunnel, that's what it is. There is no blinking lights there. I stood there and waited.
Please insert a clip now of the blinking lights.
Okay, he has a clip. He definitely clipped it, so don't...
I was recording, Ben. I have video evidence.
It definitely... There was no red lights, by the way.
Every other spot,
So,
Or
that's
wait.
fine. I
do
remember
whatever.
seeing them, but that one spot in particular. Also, that is the only spot that doesn't look the exact same as the other ones, where they have the mound in the middle and then the outside is like concave. That spot has the brick wall in the middle, and why?
Makes no sense.
Why?
It makes
Why is
no
it different
sense
than
at
every other spot?
I'll give you that. It don't make a lot of sense.
How is that
spot
stupid?
particular.
I have
ass
always thought
fucking
the same
wall
thing in my head
standing
looking at
still,
it.
dude?
I
It
think
just
you
steps
and
on the
every
brick
other
wall and then
player
it
agrees.
fucking-
I heard the robot coming. He's like, oh, this isn't a normal spot for him to step. I guess I'm safe here, and then I'm down. Oh my
It's actually
God.
kind of crazy how quiet they can be. Honestly,
Yeah.
how you
Your character literally gives a voice line like 2 steps away when it's like on the other side of the map. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell me? Are you listening to your character every moment?
Me,
Dude, they
personally,
talk
yes.
every fucking 3 kills though. Fucking Richtofen's like, I heard the same fucking voice line at least 100 times in one round, dude. The
I will say, after you said
he
that,
died a
Ben,
quick death after a long torture. Like, oh, thanks, Richtofen.
after you said that the first time, Ben, I did start listening to my character more, but I was not listening to him prior. I will be
You gotta
honest.
lock in, buddy. You gotta lock in.
God,
Nah, they annoying as fuck, bro.
Nah, my 24 downs.
understands the complexities of this cinematic masterpiece.
What were your like least favorite aspects of this map?
Least favorite aspects.
Like the things that you just pissed you off the most. I was like, well, what was happening in the map that just had you? Well, quite frankly, you gave up.
Well, I think I died to those robots like 3 or 4 times.
I remember. Okay, actually, I won't defend you guys in this one where I straight up called out the robot, like, "Hey guys, please mind the robot," and then you guys just got
Okay,
stepped on
no.
it by.
That was funny though. That was
That
funny.
pissed me off a little bit to see that happen. I was like, all right, you guys just
Dude,
this
I
is
realized-
only a skill issue at that point, and that's not even like I'm not even gonna defend that one.
I realized where I was last fucking second. Like, you say that,
Both
I'm like,
of
oh,
you.
I should be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And then I fucking meet eyes with fucking Tyler. I'm like, oh.
I think what happened was I just got into that area as you said that, and it was like, oh, I can make this. And then me and Seth kissed. So it stopped me where I was at. And I tried dolphin diving, I just missed the fucking edge of it. Yeah, no, that was unfortunate.
That fucking clip of Tyler just running into the fucking area and then getting stomped. I couldn't even clip it.
It's actually
Like,
insane
turn
how
my
often you got
shit
stepped.
off.
But now I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
Tyler. That robots wanted you smushed, bro.
Yeah.
You were a bug.
Oh my god.
And I honestly,
no
I gotta
tacos,
say
dude.
that was more your fault than the games.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. I was not. I agree. It really isn't that big of a deal. The biggest thing with me for that is it just blocking a way you can go. You
Yeah.
just have to sit there and wait. That's really the only issue I have with it.
You go to try to revive your fucking teammate, and now there's a foot.
Literally. I absolutely despise the mud. I see what you're saying by most like areas that actually are useful. They have like a little path, but I don't know. It's not very forgiving per se. But I mean, you could say
dude,
it's just
yeah.
like a skill check thing.
Just
But at the same time, I'm not like trying to play zombies to sweat my ass off and play perfectly every single time. I'm just trying
But,
to
like, if you are,
I mean,
if you're
yeah.
really trying to fucking go hard in the paint.
Then yeah, this map is good. Then I agree. No, definitely. But like that's not me. You know, I'm just here to chill and kill.
He's
some
not that
zombies,
guy.
you
he's
know?
just a humble guy.
I'm just a silly little guy. You know.
I'm
I hate
almost
mud.
curious.
Stop
I would
seeing
like-
your tracks. You know where you...
I wonder if you like tried to play Origins, just staffs out of mind, all that complicated shit out of mind. Because again, you
We
can.
did.
I think every time
We got
played,
to round 5.
Well, no, I meant like if he just ran it solo and just
Oh,
I was kind of
Just-
thinking that, but
played a chill game and see how he felt like not having to do building the staff and all that again because it's optional. And then at that point, the most complicated thing is just power,
yeah,
which I still think is
I don't know.
overcomplicated to begin with.
I don't know.
But then that begs the question: it's like, is it you to purposely avoid half the whole gameplay structure just to enjoy the map? Is that a good thing? To feel like you have to do it to even enjoy it is to just ignore all that stuff? I don't know. Because at that point, you're not even rating the map; you're just rating the gameplay engine itself, I guess. Because if you're like making it a point to avoid the aspects of the map, then that's a whole thing. But
To reiterate what Ben said a little bit too is the Templars being able to like disable the generators and you lose your perk or whatever until you turn it back on is just kind of stupid.
yeah,
Needed.
yeah, very
It's like the freaking monkeys from Ascension.
dude. And
they missed with that so hard.
I just don't get their thought process out of that.
I don't know. I feel like there's just too much going on. Every
Oh, absolutely.
location feels felt super similar to me. At the end there, I was starting to understand the layout and where I was supposed to go all the time, but I know every other time you guys say like, "Oh, Jet Generator 2 is like," well, I
Dude,
guess I'll
and it
just circle
sucks.
the map
It
until
is
I
so
find it.
hard to explain areas to a new player in a map that looks so similar, like through and through. To be like, okay, well, do you know where Jug is? Okay, like because by instinct we go, oh, Jenny 3, Jenny whatever. But what the fuck is that to you?
Right.
So then it's like, then we move. Okay, well, what perk is there? Maybe they'll know what perk, and if they don't know that, then it's like, okay, what landmark is near here? And it's all just fucking rubble or mud. And it's like, okay,
Yeah. I don't
Remember the
know.
rubble near the mud? Go there.
Literally. Yeah. I don't know if I got much else to say. Maybe
Origins.
as you guys talk a little more, I can chime in a little bit more. But
yeah.
No, I guess-
It's
Oranges.
just, it's the type of map where it's like, it's so like not you,
yeah.
and to be like, well, in order to truly enjoy the map, you have to get all these staffs. You gotta get the process. But if you don't like the process, then why would you like them?
Right.
So it's like, just kind of by design, it's just, it is what it is. You don't, not your,
I like
Point
this
not
blank
your
bed.
style.
bro. I'm not just. I like this simple maps. It is what it is. You know what
It's not even a point of going to bed at this point.
I'm saying? Real.
Such
Yeah.
a
All right,
bed.
Seth. Do you want to
Hey.
go next, or you want me to go next?
Yeah. Hey, because get this, right? I've been thinking about this whole time, right? Origins. Oranges. A is the orange. So Origins should go in A.
Wow. You really had to dig deep for that one.
Mm-hmm. Orange for oranges for oranges for origins. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sub.
Okay, I kind of clocked out there. What were you saying?
Dude, I'm
You didn't
not
say
saying
anything
all that.
important. That's okay.
Oranges, origins.
A lot of oranges, a lot of origins, you know. I'd put it in A.
A?
That's for sure. Yeah. Now, is it above 9? No, it's not. Black Ops 2 Origins is not above 9. Black Ops 3 might be. Not Black Ops 2. I don't know. The engine's holding it back in this case.
How so?
Glitches. Yeah. And it's not. I don't know. Graphics are a big part for me, I guess. I don't like looking at all this Play-Doh on the ground.
What?
I want to see my rock details.
Oh, it's okay. So the graphics you don't like
The play style.
the play style.
I hate running. Suddenly I just hit a fucking stump on the road and I just can't move.
Oh, like sticking onto like junk and
Yeah.
because
or
like
fucking
in like new zombies you're like slippery,
mud.
almost like you're covered in butter, and you just kind of slide past shit. But in the older games, you
Fucking
catch a corner
getting-
of a table, you're done, bro.
Zombies just fucking grab you in this game for some reason. They'll fucking grab you by your collar while you're running past them. They don't give a shit, dude.
I will say there's one specific spot. I can't fucking remember where it is on Origins where there's just like one wood panel when you're trying to run through the mud. You'll fucking catch the corner of it and just stop dead, and it pisses me off every time.
It's shit like that, dude. The fucking stupid ass rock glitch didn't even matter in the end, but still stupid as fuck.
Just this Easter egg run was the second time my gun just wasn't shooting when I was clicking,
Exactly.
and I don't know why that happened. That was weird. Maybe it's just my mouse being broken. I don't know.
Also, the lightning staff upgrade. I don't know what was wrong with that, but
Yeah, it worked perfectly for me that second time around. So maybe it just bugged out or something.
I'm just stupid, probably.
Just the
what
bugs
happened.
held it back
Well,
a little, and that's just comes
Again,
out of
I almost wonder if we just had to redo the piano thing for whatever
Oh yeah,
reason,
we never,
whatever
we never
maybe.
made it that far, did we?
No.
piano.
What do you like about the map a lot? 'Cause A honestly is I'm surprised you put it in A personally.
I had a good time. The Easter egg was pretty fun. The staffs are fun. I like how right off the rip.
The Easter
I
egg.
liked
is
what
fun
I liked
for you?
about. Yeah, I had a good time.
I'm actually I'm still surprised. Wow.
I liked seeing the giant hole spawn and then all those fucking robots coming out of it. That was funny. Volcanic robots. The ending was pretty cool though. Cutscene. I'm a cutscene fanatic, bro. If you don't have a cutscene, it's a bad Easter egg.
It's a good cutscene.
It's going B or below if it doesn't have a cutscene. Alright, cutscenes bring an Easter egg together. It's what I worked for. I want to see a little short film at the end. What I really liked about Black Ops 2 is the spawn pistol is really good when pack punch. On like every map I've at least played on Black Ops 2.
It's so sick.
Boomhilda is awesome.
You or the Boomhilda, pardon me. You ought to see people fucking be hopping around the map with the Boomhilda. It's
Real.
so funny.
Yeah.
Mustang and Sally, dude.
I love
Mustang and Sally is a classic forever. But honestly, in Black Ops 2, I disagree. Only because PhD Origins is the only place you can get it, and without PhD, Mustang and Sally's kind of.
Skill issue.
I mean,
Work on this one.
I don't think that's a skill issue. I
guess,
think it's just
okay.
straight up unwise to do that without PhD.
Why?
It's
You know,
unwise.
I'm looking at my list. I got Shingala on D. I just know it's gonna be on the same fucking level with Dead Ops. That's awesome. Can we make like an F tier just for Dead Ops, please?
Well, like I was saying, if it comes to the point where we feel like we need to make an F tier, like if someone really hates a map, can't
I
stand
can't
it.
even jokingly say D for Dead Ops because it's just so bad. I don't want to put it in D. D's too high.
You were glazing Dead Ops in the original video.
Yeah, Dead Ops OG, not Dead Ops 2. Dead Ops OG is good. Dead Ops Cold War is good.
We're not talking. What's enough about Dead Ops? We need to. It's late. We need to stay on track here.
Origins A for oranges, because orange color A, oranges. Origins. Subtitle that, bitch.
I'm not. I'm no. Okay. Yeah, that's a shocking A tier
That was
out of
Shock.
stuff for me.
Shock Mimic, Black Ops 6.
I'm sorry,
Black
I'm
Ops 6
surprised.
has Ice Staff, Origins, Origins A.
The mental gymnastics you do, bro. It's crazy.
Bro's just trying to stay awake, bro.
Ascension is about to get A just because it has A in its fucking
Was
name.
that not how your original rating worked?
Yeah. Well, Ascension was an A because Ascension was good. in my humble opinion. So
No
then I played it
Team-
again. I'm like, it's not as good, but
Especially like, I mean, I know it was all after I
it will be.
initially rated 9, but the more I dug into the map and like experienced everything I had to experience, it was pissing me off more because it was all
all those
too
side
fucking
Easter
hard
eggs.
or just useless, and it was just like if I had
fucking
rated it
hard
after
and
that, I
useless.
might have even thrown it in D, but I'm gonna keep it in C just because I think it's there's fun to be had there. Just playing it, it's not
too
that
fucking
bad.
hard
honestly.
and
I like it better
useless,
than
not
Tomb.
horror. Yeah, Tomb,
Anyways.
T for Tomb. It goes below D.
Shut chatta. All right, Origins. I had it in. I think I had it in
You had
D,
an
my
S.
first one.
Really?
I
Seemed
had
like
well
one of
because it was
those
Black Ops because it was going to be
lasers.
Black Ops. Black Ops 3 would be an A, but Black Ops 2 I put in B just because it was on Black Ops 2, and I just didn't. I really. Anyways, so I had Black Ops 2 Origin specifically in B tier, high B. It was like at the very top of B. I am happy to say that Black Ops 2 version, I am moving it up to A.
Just like me.
And I think, all things considered, I think I do. Oh man, actually, do I like it more than Grad?
I have a loaded gun under the desk.
What are you gonna do with it under your desk? You gonna just shoot your cat, bro? No,
Oh,
leave her alone.
no.
I saw him toss Ubi into the void behind him. So.
I think I'd. All things get okay. Outside of the series, if I were to pick up a map, yeah, I think I like Origins more than Direct Road. It's not by a lot. It's literally by a hair, I think. But
How many hair? Just one.
I'm just thinking about it. Just I like more complexity.
The
And-
educated man.
Both of them have something you hate, dude. The foot and the fire. F tier.
Origins. I'm thinking story-wise, phenomenal. Characters, phenomenal. The staffs, some are better than the others, but I really like the process of building them. I'm not too stoked on the upgrade processes, but like for the base versions, I think it's really a fun way to kind of loop it into normal gameplay, and they're each kind of like themed to their own like way to get them. I really like that. And this I think was the first were elemental wonder weapons. I think this was the first time it was. And the staffs are they're just kick ass, regardless of if they're like really good or not. I think they're just like aesthetically they're kind of pretty awesome, and I'm a wind staff man. What can I say? But I do like that they're all really just
Kirk likes blowing.
the staffs are like different versions of wonder weapons. Seem for like ice staff is pretty much like the Winter's Howl, Wonder Waffa, lightning, thunder gun, wind, and then the fire one. I don't know if that one really. I'm trying to think. Been fire. No, that was pretty
Awesome
original.
fire
Anyways,
gun.
so I do really like the staffs and their build quests. Their upgrades are, again, that's just like the moment you need like a guide for solving puzzles or whatever. At least the puzzles stay the same and you can just kind of memorize them. But I don't know.
Dude.
The upgrade quest could have been a little less complicated there.
Needing
Easter
to
egg
use-
overall. What?
Needing to use a ternary numeral system for 4 fucking numbers is crazy. Just fucking goddamn. I can't understand the lick of it, bro. I just had to go off some random ass images I found.
Yeah.
Not a fan. I still
Um,
don't understand how it works.
I like the way the map looks. Again, it's beautiful in a grotesque way. The Panzer, I think, is terrifying. They're not overly spammed, in my opinion, like at all.
And they're not
and-
crazy strong either.
True. Because they're as long as you kind of stay in like your open areas. Like if you run up into like the excavation site with them chasing you, I think you're pretty much writing yourself off to die. But it's not hard to keep your distance from it at all. It's just if you keep your composure, they're really not that scary. But I think they're a pretty decent boss altogether, and they fit the map really well thematically. The Easter egg overall, I'm still like, I really like the 1-inch punch step down underneath in the excavation site. Building the staffs is cool. The fact you have to do all 4 it's just like it becomes a lot, and it's easier when everyone knows what they're doing. But when not everyone knows what they're doing, it's a lot to bite off. Just even start doing the Easter egg, and then you start doing the Easter egg once you have everything set up, and then it's pretty smooth sailing from there. Other than that, I don't know. The steps just they didn't wow me really. I didn't have too much fun with the actual steps themselves. Then it's just the amount of optimization you have to do to realistically complete the Easter egg. It's like you can't just chill and not worry about the fact you're passing rounds, because the map gets so hard if you're not set up right away. Like pre staffs build, it is like survival is generally quite tough. I mean, I know I joked about being like, you guys, this map isn't that hard. It really is quite hard before getting the staffs. It's just, that's why we die so early. It's like either you get the staffs and go to like around 20 or whatever, you just keep dying over until you finally get them built. You know what I mean?
That was another thing I think contributed to my rating, was that I felt like I couldn't like just spin the box for a gun that I liked. We were just trying to focus on getting the stabs built.
Exactly. Like you need to point hole in order to like get them, because you're racing the Panzer spawn.
Right.
At a low round like that, before having anything pack-a-punch, before any of that, you're just, if you get the Panzer before you have a decent weapon, like it's just, again, it's easy to keep your distance, but it's just annoying because then you gotta like for 5 minutes just kind of train them until you kill them. Ugh. I don't know.
I will say that is kind of annoying, especially since there is some really good guns in Origins that you just don't get to
Yeah!
use, like the MGO.
Oh, they introduced the staffs, but then they focused too hard on it. Is the thing, is like they made them required for like too much. Trying to think of maps, like maps where the wonder weapon isn't necessary. I think I really enjoy that. I prefer that, because now you're just like you're at, well, in cases where you can only get it out of the boxes, you're just at the game's mercy at that point, type deal. So I always prefer not needing the wonder weapon, doing steps, and just having it if you need it to like survive, type deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because again, with this Easter egg, because the Easter egg, if you didn't, what makes Easter egg so difficult, in fact, you need to have all 4 staffs upgraded. That is what.
For sure.
Yes. So Easter egg, it gets a lot of praise. I don't think it's that great, honestly, and that was like my 3rd or 4th time doing it, and I still just am wowed by it. Crazy Place is pretty cool. I wish you could open the portal once and then it just stays open the rest of the game. I don't.
Yeah.
The whole running back and forth, and if you forget the gramophone, like you should.
Or at least have like a central location where it stays.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like yeah, just have us open the portal once and then just keep it open. I don't know.
Complicated to be complicated, man.
Oh, and the
Right.
long animation for it to open. Oh.
I don't even mind that. It's just the fact that you have to keep doing it. Like, and oh yeah, those tunnels. Like, if you're not set up to even survive those tunnels, like, you see, it's really easy to get cornered down there if you're not.
Okay, yeah. Let's wrap this up. It's pushing 5 a.m.
Let's spin that wheel,
Deal.
bro.
Deal. Start.
What was Origins all around?
Oh you're right.
Oh, we gotta do a group.
Sorry, Ben.
It's probably,
alright,
it's gonna be high A tier.
Yeah.
We got an
Just
S and
got
2
S.
A's and then a low C, so it's just gonna be
Yeah,
A.
just- Yes, an
Damn, is it our only A?
A. Agreed on.
SAA in the C. Yeah, IA. Well, only A for now. But yeah, I mean that checks out. I mean, as the community in general thinks it's a pretty great map, and that's where we, as SA territory.
SA? Sexual assault? What?
What?
Oh no! I don't do that. I don't do that.
Wheel.
My lie, Kirk, when you were talking, I was really close to dozing off there.
I was. You couldn't tell.
Holy
I was
moly.
kind of in my elbows at the
Jesus.
bottom,
Holy man.
listening in.
I can tell.
Spin that week!
Not saying you were boring or anything, but I just. Oh.
Spin that wheel.
Ew.
That was a tired one.
Oh,
The giant?
No!
That's very
Oh
simple.
yes!
Yeah.
That's a good one to
That's
to
funny,
just
that's
breathe after
funny.
this one.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good
That's
choice.
a good recovery one.
And I don't
That's
think,
funny.
yeah, I think this is a good time to just like kind of catch up with the videos and just let us. The giant, yeah, I can look forward to the giant.
Look forward to the giant.
Yeah, yeah, good.
That's my map. That's my type of map right there.
Real. Oh, excellent.
You get it though.
Shut up, bro.
I'm watching this. Shut up.
Those already. I like this cutscene a lot, actually, because of lore implications.
Yep.
This ain't funny, Doc. Turn around. Slowly. Do you know who I am? Yeah, we know. That's why you better do exactly what we say. A great evil approaches. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion.
The future hangs by a thread. You must awaken the test subjects.
Get another map we can't use Takia's sword on.
Dude, seriously,
What a fucking
they
shame.
keep edging us with it. Actually, this map, canonically, is where they go next after Origins too. I don't think about it, so.
That's why I find it so funny, dude.
Richtofen, whatever you're thinking of doing, don't do it! You do not want to meet what's on the other side of that door.
I'm excited to get back on the Black Ops 3 too.
The great evil you could
I love
unleash.
Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I gotta get Black Ops 3 yet.
Bruh. Smugly presses the button.
I love this part.
It's an honor to finally meet you, sir. I've been waiting for so.
Oh nah.
Damn it, Richtofen, I thought we were done with this! What can I say, Dixie? Things change. Only a fool would dare to change history. I am no fool. What I do only to secure a better tomorrow. Yeah, well, let's see if we live to see it.
Okay, bye guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. That's crazy. You still haven't gotten a Cold War map or the World of War. No Cold War. No
True.
World
Dude,
War.
I guarantee first Cold War map is gonna be Firebase.
I really don't want to play that map. I really
I
don't.
can fucking feel it, dude. I can feel it.
Did I
Dude, just
screenshot this
pretend
one
you
already?
played it. Just put some random ass gameplay over it. Just put your
Bro,
voice
Firebase
back.
isn't that bad. Come on.
It isn't. It actually really
It
isn't that
isn't.
bad, but it isn't. It isn't like something to get excited
It's a
about
sh-
either.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want to spin
Cold
the wheel
War-
and then have to try to look for Firebase. You know what I'm
The
saying?
Cold War wars are kind of shorter than the rest. It's like hour or two and you're done, you know?
And look at that. The giant is up next. Jumping into a more simple map will be refreshing for sure. I'm actually quite excited to have a low-risk, quality time just playing zombies with my buds. Sometimes it's all you want out of the mode, and I will always appreciate the variation in maps throughout the series. Origins made me realize that. Do I think Origins is too complicated for its own good? Yeah, but that doesn't mean I dislike the map. I enjoy a packed zombies experience, but doing this one with friends who are new to the map is just a pain, and that's the real issue with it. It's not approachable. That's why I never got obsessed with it to begin with, and why I understand if someone wouldn't like it. I will never judge somebody for saying so. I get it. Everyone calls Origins the pinnacle of zombies, but to me it almost reinvented the mode a little bit and abandoned many characteristics of the older zombies maps.
Whether that was for the better or worse is up to you as a player, and it's okay to dislike it. Make sure to check out Boyle's channel and the video he made on the map, as he will go into more detail about his personal feelings, and show some more first impressions type gameplay. Thanks for watching, keep it poppin', and subscribe to join Gink Nation.